Hello, and welcome to another episode of TacoBytes, your daily bite of Degen, episode number 852, coming to you live from somewhere, nowhere, Dallas. We are back. We are back after less than 48 hours in New York, having an amazing time at the nonCMO Summit. Hosted by the Solana Foundation, and filled with amazing people left and right, which was just a great time. I got to learn a lot. It was sort of a great way to start out 2025. Still have a hard time saying it, like I'm still trying to say 2024 a little bit. And but it's 2025, baby. Oh my gosh, it is Sunday. It is the 19th, and I haven't even checked the interwebs really too much. Obviously, Trump is 100%, and Trump token is across like every major headline. But did TikTok stop working in the United States today? I don't know. I'm going to go check real quick because it was supposed to. Let's see. Something went wrong. Try again later. No internet connection. We're connected to the internet. Inbox, profile. Let's see if I can. Let's see. Coming to you live from Dallas, Texas. TacoBytes, your daily bite of Degen, episode number 852. Let's see if that see this in the US. All right. Let's see. It says keep saying connect to the internet, try again later. I don't know, man. It's maybe something weird. Couldn't load, try again later. Maybe it allows you to upload but not see anything. And they haven't done like a full band piece as they wait to see if maybe something gets reversed. They don't want to like turn everything off and then all the work to go back to do that. So I don't know. That's an interesting piece. We'll see. So that was the big thing that happening today. But oh my gosh, it was some of the stuff that I've heard about the crypto ball and who was there, and like some of the things that were talked about that like didn't really have anything to do with just what like projects are building. All of the connections that were made, like, because you got to think every single chain was there and had some sort of representative, not maybe on like chain agnostic degens or chain agnostic developers. So it might not be a specific like L1 or L2 like representative, but like someone that like knows the benefits of and like we're able to like talk with. Man, we talk about divided politics all the time, but how much we have divided, chain maxis, and having them all together in one place, sort of celebrating one thing, crypto in the US. Sort of an amazing time to be alive in every way, shape, or form. Our ancestors, like, oh my gosh, looking like if they're looking forward at us, watching us in our timeline right now, and they're like, they're like, we got, I died because I didn't have clean drinking water, and now you poop in clean drinking water. Well, how fair is that? So I don't know, man. Life is weird. So what a time to be alive. But outside of all of that commentary, there's been a lot of stuff about feeling like people are missing out in this entire Trump narrative piece. So I need to close that because that's work. I don't want to work right now. Let's see here. And people are like, well, isn't this work? No, this I get to hang out with you guys. I get to do like my Degen stuff that I don't really always have time to do. And I get to show you what I'm doing, like in one aspect, because like I have like a lot of this that I do like via like a ledger, and like so get some of this stuff done, like real big few things. But like this is like I get to just like sort of like machine gun Kelly the wall with like different things, and I get not see what sticks, but sort of show you all of these different things going on, and it's sort of fun because like I run into random things that way that are like new to me as well. You might see me, I'm looking like, Professor Taco with the glasses this morning. I don't take very good care of my eyes. I have daily contacts that I wear for like a week or two. So I don't know. I was having some bad eye problems last night. Super like think of like Fist of the North Star, like that super punch and like brain explosion type of thing. But like I had that going on last night, and it was bad. So head did not explode, though. There was a few moments where I sort of wish it would, just so there would be a release of pressure. But it did get back. Hydrate, drink a lot of water. The godsend white pill, ibuprofen 800, with a little bit of caffeine, dilate those arterial vessels, and yeah. But on top of it, having a breakfast in bed is you can't start a day bad that way. It is bright and sunny out here. I guess it is sub-zeros or close to zero in DC. Looks like the inauguration is moving inside. Hey, who knows? Last second they could be like, "Ha, fooled you. We're outside." But I don't think that's happening. But doesn't mean there's only going to be any less people in DC. So have fun, be safe in every way, shape, or form. And as two great people have said, watch your back and beware the $5 wrench. That's all I got to say. But so huge shout out to Profits and to Mind Your Biz for those two words of wisdom. But what I wanted to sort of shout out today is, and maybe we could say this is aimed towards those, not ETH maxis, but those that are sort of stuck on Ethereum in some way, shape, or form. More specifically, because we have some assets over on Base, we're going to sort of show you how to get from Base over to Solana, and then we're going to show you how to get that into a pool on Trump, specifically in HawkFi. Why HawkFi? Like everyone's showing, like because the main liquidity pools are on Meteora DLMM, why not just go there? And this is where automated liquidity management sort of comes into play. The ALM, I guess, and so what that means is liquidity management is just, having putting your liquidity in, set and forget. In V2s, where pools are balanced at 50-50 and everything like that, it's a full range position. That's a set and forget. Now, if you're looking at for more concentrated liquidity, meaning more left and right side of the pair, or in that closer range of where the price is, so that there's less slippage, aka you're trying to buy $1 of something and you're going to get as close to $1 of that. So the more money there is in that central pillar, the deeper the liquidity supposedly is, meaning you're going to get more bang for your buck. Where you might see when you're doing a transaction and you're trading $1 for $1 worth of another token and you see that you're only receiving 99 cents or 97 cents, it's that slippage on the liquidity being thinner. And so it's not as deep as they say. And so there's a couple different liquidity type pools that you can do that in automated liquidity management. You see both curve, bid ask, which is my favorite, and we'll go over that deeply. And then there's spot. Spot is that flat, you know, it's just spread out across the board. And curve, you know, sort of leaves it as a, what's the right word I'm thinking of? It puts into a deeper liquidity in the central price range and thinner on the sides. So you know, that's more for a little bit more stability of something, so that like it's a deeper pair right then and there. But in something that is now traveling, I think in, I'm just going to say a random number without even knowing, $65 billion market cap, FDV, fully diluted. Let's see. Oh, yeah, 67 billion market cap. That's not, really don't got to worry too much about that curve and generating, like, it's more about the traders. People are making money and they're going, nice. And that is, hold on one second real quick. All right, so now what we were going back towards was that curve and bid ask. And so bid ask puts liquidity on sort of like the sides of your position. So it's like a bowl. Think of dropping, like in a physics experiment where you have like a little half loop or track, and you can drop a ball and you see it go back and forth and back and forth, and then it sort of like settles and finds its way, you know? So that gives, because it's going against friction, it's coming back down, and momentum, it's losing momentum, so it goes the other way. And then it finds its center, and it finds like market corrects, sort of speak. Bid ask really sort of allows for that to find. It makes the price, as we can sort of see here. Let me bring out, I don't know if this is going to be any helpful. Let me, boop. As we can see here, it makes liquidity thinner here. So that means the price can move, whether selling or buying, a little bit faster, but then like it gets harder to move either that way or that way, because it's buying up more. And so it gets harder to push forward or out of that direction. And so because it gets harder, so think of anytime, and once again, it's funny that in a digital age, we're using physics of physical objects, mass, and stuff like that to explain liquidity positions. I love that. That's amazing. But think of bricks. I have a 5-pound brick, I have a 10-pound brick, and I have a 20-pound brick. And I'm pushing that 5-pound brick on the floor until I hit that 10-pound brick. And then I'm pushing both the 5 and the 10-pound and then I hit the 20-pound brick. Then I'm pushing all of those. And so just think of it sort of like that. It gets harder and harder to push because trading back is easier. So that allows for less market manipulation and I guess you could say controlled volatility. And so within that, there can be but it sort of protects rather than like a curve. And if we're looking at a curve, then once you start going downhill, it's really easy to go downhill because it gets thinner and you can buy all of that up really quickly, or you can sell into, you're always buying, whether you're selling a token, you're buying the opposite pair. So you're always buying. You're never really selling because we live in a, blockchain a push, not a pull. I always have to approve something. So you're always pushing something out, always approving, always sending a transaction. You're never receiving a transaction per se unless someone else pushed it. So we live in that type of world right now. So we're all buyers. No one's really actually a seller in some way, shape, or form. If you think of it in this way, we're always buying. That's a pretty good way to look at it. But in a curve format, and let me pull so you guys can sort of see where I don't have a position in that. So I can show that so as you can see in a curve, oh my gosh, that looks horrible. Let's make that bigger in some way, shape, or form. I don't know if that will work, but yeah, as you can see with the curve, it makes it really simple for that price to go downhill in a different direction. And so bid ask sort of really protects the market on the side of volatility, and it's really sort of cool to see. Oh my gosh, we got a friend of friend that came in. Oh, stop by for a second. But as always, it's one of those things to where we get to sort of see what kind of position. So if you're wanting to play the market, so to speak, how do you do that safely? And how can you do that without having to go buy both sides of a position? So like I said, I want to sort of just show you this little journey of creating a position, and we'll do it in a couple different ways so you can sort of see how this journey works in different ways. But once we come back, we're going to be starting on an off chain. End goal is Solana, and we're going to show like Trump position. We'll show other positions as well, and we'll show you once again. Now, we were talking earlier, automated liquidity management versus just liquidity management, DLLM positions that are on Meteora. Why don't you just go to Meteora and deposit there? Well, depending on the position you pick or how you pick it, you can move out of position because it's not automated. And so you could just have impermanent loss. Impermanent loss means you only have one side because everyone bought the other side. And by buying the other side with that other token, that's what you just now have. So automated liquidity management will take, so if you're in this position, in this box, and you're selling within this box, what happens when you get outside of this box? Well, before you leave the box in a price range, automated liquidity management moves your position again so that you're now in that center best position. And so it keeps doing that so that you have the best trading fee position wise. And so we saw some people that made really good money in providing liquidity on fees. And then they were out of position because they put only a specific range in. And they were asked specifically, well, what would you would have had more in spot, or if you just held rather than provided liquidity? And so they did the math, and they were roughly, the position size was $2,350 different from if they had just held versus providing liquidity. Now that's because they provided in a very wide range. So by providing in a tighter range, you generate more of the fees in that position. And this is where the beauty of automated liquidity management comes in. And LPing, providing liquidity, providing really plays an important role in the ecosystem. And not just any ecosystem. If there's any token you like, any project that you're part of, yeah, you can just be a holder, but really, like, this is the thing that I like. I'm going to get on my soapbox for a second. I apologize. Everyone wants to go buy 1% supply. I'm going to go hold 1% of the supply. Well, you know how many people can hold 1% of a supply of a token? 100. 100 people can hold 1%. It's not a very big community. Yeah, you got 100 diamond hands. Cool, awesome. But then you have 100 people on top, and and this is that whole cabal thing that we always keep talking about. Now, would you rather have 100 people holding 1%, or would you rather have, the opposite side of it, and this is sort of one of those things. Like, yes, you can try to get into a big position early on, and then DLM out, DCA out, but this is where we sort of see the idea that, like, right now, heck, I don't even know, but as Trump's token was going, and we were on Spaces for it in the early hours of the morning, literally watched it grow from 150,000 holders to over 250,000 holders. I think by the time I got off the show at like 5:30 in the morning, there was like 280,000 holders. Almost over 250,000 people held that token. And that is a huge disbursement of just 20% of the supply. That is amazing. So that is one of the really cool things that we get to see here in this aspect. As different things move forward, we really get the chance to partake and be part of this. So without further ado, soapbox off. I need to invite someone really quickly to the show and have them join, because they are secret and no one knows who they are, and they're pretty awesome. But just want to shout out to D Santa. D Santa, please put me on your good list, not on the naughty list. That's all I got to say. So as you can see, we're gonna close down our portfolio piece. But what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be moving from base. We're going to be withdrawing a position from from a automated liquidity management on Ethereum EVM chains, and from there we're going to move over via D-Bridge to Solana, and then we're going to open up a automated liquidity one-sided position on Trump token. We'll show you how to do it in a couple different ways, and we're gonna have some fun with this. So as always, so I'm going to show you sort of how I exit a position out of Beefy, and we're just gonna we're gonna have some fun with this. So we're gonna pull out withdraw. Where are we? Oh, Beefy boost. Oh, claim and unstake. All right. So I have to unstake that. So there we go. We're going to unstake that. And then we are going to be able to withdraw. We're going to withdraw USDC. And I'm going to do two things here. As I'm withdrawing this, I'm going to restake that leftover supply, because I'm getting some extra rewards on that, and I'm participating and supporting that ecosystem. So that's sort of what I'm doing there. So we're going to go back in, reboost to earn rewards, support the ecosystem, and yeah. All right. So there's that. So now we've just unstaked. Oh, and while we're here, why not? Let's go see where's this position piece here active. So I am for. Oh, gotta log in. We're voting. And oh, let's see here. Awesome move for both Jack and Beefy and the DAO with ended roll. Yeah, I sign all my DAO votes because I want people to know how I vote. You know. Boop. All right. So no, what this is the legal entity within Beefy, which is an EVM, automated liquidity management, for V2 positions, taking those rewards and compounding them back in. They have now added Gamma, their concentrated liquidity management mover as well. So they're upgrading. But what we're going to do here is we're going to go to our favorite D-Bridge Finance, and we are going to sort of showcase bridging from base to Solana in two different ways. We're going to do it in two different bridging transactions. Why? I don't know. Just because it makes it easy for me. But so we are going to come from base USDC, and we're going to receive Solana USDC. So first transaction, we're going to do $1,000. Oh, and we got to enter our address. All right, so we're going to sign permission. And then we're going to confirm trade. And boom, there we go. How long do you think that'll take? I just hit that button. Order created. Let's see how fast that goes. Order fulfilled. What? That is awesome. So yeah, that's how quickly that's done. All right. There we go. Boom. That was time-wise, I should have counted that down, but that was like 15 seconds. Pretty awesome, if I do say so myself. All right, so now we're going to go Solana Sol. And we're going to go, because we got about $1,000 there, we can go, it's going to cost us $5 in fees. So we're going to go buy, man, so we should have bought Sol, kept our long position on Sol open. We closed it, and Sol is at awesome prices right now as well. So let's see here. How long does this take to do? Boop. Done. Order created. Order fulfilled. 15 seconds from using D-Bridge. If you guys want to use D-Bridge, please look in the comments. My referral link is there. It gets you a discount on trade on bridge fees. It gives me points. It gives you extra points. It is pretty awesome. So let me fill that in real quick. Going from base to Solana. In only 15 seconds. If I can spell seconds right. Seconds with D-Bridge. There we go. right. So that was pretty awesome. So now we have both Sol and USDC, and you're okay, but we don't have Trump token. How are we going to get into this Trump action? Well, I think have they added? No, they have not. On lending, let's see. Have they added Trump on there? No, they have not. So where we're going to go here is we're going to create some new position. We're going to create a new position so you guys can see what that is like. And so Trump USDC. So now that we have this position, we're going to create a bid ask. And once again, so we're going to be going from the HawkFi. So I'll show you this real quick. Let me creating one-sided Trump USDC action on HawkFi. So there's that. Boom. Use our ref code for extra bonuses. Bonus points on the new token. Here is our ref code. Boom. USD and Trump. Boom. All right. So now we have this position. As you can see, we already have a position open. We've had it since the early hours. Opened it up and been having a lot of fun watching it. All time, we can see we were out of position, had to make a new position, but in bid ask, you don't really necessarily have to. So as you can see here, we're going into the range of $46 to $91. We're actually going to make that a little tighter. For the simple fact is that our liquidity will be will be deeper in a range that is getting actually used, which will sort of help us see, I guess you could say, higher walls in one aspect. But let's go look at it. So right now it's at 69 bucks. Sounds like a great time to get in. We're seeing a little bit of downward action, people taking profits and moving up. This is going to go as we've started to see more holders. Now there's just over 750,000 holders, so 792,000 holders on this. And so let's show you where we can get in on this action piece. So right now it's 69. High end so far has been 70. Low end in the last couple hours has been 62. If we go a little tighter or deeper on time, we can see in the last, it's only been an upward movement piece. We've seen it continuously move. And so 34 bucks, yeah. So all in the last 14 hours, it's doubled in price. So we're going to go into a range piece that we'll set. Let's see here. Oh man. So if we want to put that piece in, we're going to go 54 to 76. So that's what we're going to do there. And that way we'll get in a deeper pool, and the pool price will move around with us. So we're not going to be stuck in this range. And what was the top end that I said? 76. All right, there we go. So we're going to go, because we're going to play around on some other pools. So we're going to just go all in. We'll show you, we'll go all in with 1,000, and we'll show you what this is like. So you can see what $1,000 does in 24 hours. Yeah, so we have slippage set at 3%, but we're going in with $1,000. So a couple things are happening here. 3 different accounts are being created, or sub accounts, as some might think of them in some way, shape, or form. Trump position, USDC position, and then the pool itself. So that way that it can be managed by itself without having to, and giving it automatic approval pieces. So a couple things we're going to turn off here. We're going to turn off auto compound. We want to be able to show you the fees that are generated. So normally you can make the fees add back into itself. So we're going to turn that off. But auto balance is what we are going to turn on. And we're going to turn bid ask, so that when it rebalances, it will turn back into a bid ask. And right now, where are we at? 64. So that's 12, 10, 12. So we'll leave it at 34. It will go into a wider bin range on itself here. So the new range will below the effective price to effective price. Yeah. Boom. That's what we're going to do. 20% below, 20% above. So will provide itself some movement there. Double check required field. So rebalance slippage. Because we're going to be doing a tighter range, it's going to have to move faster. We're going to leave it at 5%. And we'll leave that. So we're doing a little thing, a couple things outside the norm that what we normally do, just to, I don't want to say be a little bit more of a degen, but proactive in going after position. And so as we can see here, we're already in that since we're automatically providing liquidity, someone's already sold a little bit of Trump, and it's already gone into, so we have a little less USDC and a little Trump because we didn't put any Trump in. So that's what we'll see, and we'll see fees slowly start to climb as well. And we don't even have to touch our liquidity position. So you can see after a balance, it sort of puts us back into that middle range piece. So we can see that going pretty well. What's great, we can just claim our fees off of this. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn our auto compound off of all of our positions so that we can collect those fees. Oh. And that you can see over time what that looks like. And you can see what claiming fees does to a portfolio. So even though we just claimed everything, we're now at a cent worth of fees again. So we're build back into that. So now I'm going to show you how to get into the sold position as well. So we see this Trump USDC position is the big mover. In the last 24 hours, this 125 bin step 5% pool has had 37 million total volume lock, and then in TVL, and 168 millions go through it in volume in the last 24 hours. In the last fees, $8.46 million in fees. I'm clicking on the 7-day range. We know that it hasn't been around for 7 days, so it shows basically it's full time. We've seen $59 million in fees paid out, with only $37 million in TVL. Why? Is because people are buying back, people are buying the other side, and it just keeps going that way. So that's sort of one of the really cool things to that. So we've made 160% in fees compared to our position. And so you can see here in some of our other positions, let's go. Oh, that's not ours. Let's go look at our pools so we can sort of show you unclaimed fees versus TVL. So, and we can look at all-time fees as well. We have a lot of positions for it to sort of show. So all-time fees, as they all sort of load in. We've claimed a bunch of stuff this morning and last night. So like this is one of our best ones, Zelgo. Stayed between like 100, started off at $100, gone up as high as $300 of our balance, now sitting at 169, but we've made $773 in fees in this position since Zelgo launched, or since we added into the pool. So I just sort of want to show you like this automated position. You can put in liquidity and like you're still a holder, you're providing, you're part of it. You're not just a holder, you're supporting the ecosystem for that community, for that people could buy the token or buy the other side of the token. Because remember, we're all buyers in some way, shape, or form. And so that is sort of one of the things that we're doing here. All right, so I'm going to make another position on the Trump Sol side. Same thing, bid ask. Right now it's 0.25. So I'm gonna So basically, what this is saying is that you know, for Trump equal a Sol. That's just fun. That's funny to see. So we're gonna go into a little bit of a narrower range. We're just going to go 0.2, and then we're going to make this 0.3. We're going to go a little. We got to go a little higher. All right. So as you can see, that's where we're going. You know, so a little bit on each side. So we're making that a tighter range, and we'll go one Sol in. We're easy numbers so that you guys can sort of see what we're doing and what that looks like. Screw it. 2 Sol. We're going 2 Sol in. Yeah. And so we'll see that move on those positions. So we're going to do a couple things once this sets up. It has to make that Trump account, that Sol account is a natural account, native account, and then it has to make the position account. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn on auto rebalance. Because we're moving on fast, tighter ranges, we're going to raise that slippage to 5%. We're going to tighten our bin count so that it's in a narrower range. Boop. 50 bins. Yeah, there we go. 20. Yeah. All right. And that new position will be a bid ask. So there we go. That gives us, and then save and close. And then we're also we also got to take off the auto compound because we want to show the fees over after 24 hours, you know. So that's sort of where we're going to be. So as you can see here, we're gonna claim all our fees. So claim from both sides. And we'll see that go. And as you can see here, already since we're providing deep central liquidity, we're already earning a little bit of Trump token, moving in range. $537 is where we were at. So that's sort of where we get to sort of see how that moves out. See that price range moving on this as well. So we're going to remove our auto compound because we want to showcase what fees look like overall. So what we've been doing is sort of compounding those fees back into the position and getting it that way. Now, what else is going on besides Trump? We actually really haven't been seeing too much. Obviously, Elon has been really sort of going. We got into Elon with a penny. But what we can see here is, you know, $500,000 in fees. So let's just go in with, we're going to go in with half a soul. We don't know what else is going on. We've been watching the token. Obviously, this one people have been really liking. There's been a handful of different Elon tokens. So this is where we're going to get into this pool here as well. And since we don't already have a position, this goes through a couple more steps. Step one, creating account pieces, then initialize storage token accounts. And then steps 3, transaction 3 is 4 steps: deposit the tokens into the PDA, open the Meteor position, deposit Elon and Sol into the Meteor DLMM, and then withdraw the remaining dust. You can see the account creation fees that are added into that 0.5 Sol. It's 0.06 refundable. I think there's like 0.002 that is non-refunded. And so we see that sort of go. If you're creating a new position, a position that hasn't been opened yet on Hoxol, you do pay a little bit of a higher fee as that first-time creator because you're the first account creator for that. So it's the first time that account's been initialized. It would be cool if they did give some cool rewards to that, like the more people use that position type of thing. But that doesn't happen, and that's okay. So once again, since we're staying wider on this position, we're going to leave it be. We're doing a 3% and going back into a bid ask position when it rebalances. This way. Oh, and the one thing we forgot to do, as you can do, you come back down to configure, auto compound, turning auto compound off. Save and close. So do remember, positions for auto management have to be over $100, and you do have to still have Sol in your wallet to pay the rebalancing fee. It's one of, it's like 0.002. So if you have a tighter range, obviously and it's a wildly moving token. As it rebalances, you'll see more fees. And if you're like me, where you have like a lot of positions, you'll see a lot of transaction pieces. And so if you don't have the Sol for it, it can't charge you, can't put you in the negative. And so just be aware of that as well. So one of the things sort of show you as we're going to claim out all of these, one of the things that I cannot wait to have it come soon enough, but a claim all button. I cannot wait. They've been working on this for a really long time, or not a really long time, but they're working on it, and they're doing. HawkFi has been doing an amazing job on that. I did get a notification. I got to check a message real quick. Let's see. All right, cool, good, done. And all right, so let's see. All right. Having arguments with AI is always, and it's fun. Um, um, oh yay, we have a new AI agent following us. HIV forever. Yay. Okay. Back to regularly. I will look at notifications. Um, I had a friend. Shout out to Dakota. And for as a reminder, if we were following each other and I'm not following you now, message me, ping me. The reason why I'm not following is because I literally spent 4.5 hours over 2 shows. So one show was like an hour long. The second show was 3.5 hours long. I got through like 1,000 people on that first show, and so the second show, 3.5 hours, I literally live streamed unfollowing 6,500 people, and literally brought my Twitter following, who I was following, down to 0, just because that was my New Year cleanup, I guess you could say. And so it was just something I had to do to clean up my timeline. And so I've been having to follow new people back. I do it in small batches, so I don't like put up any bot warnings on Twitter. But yeah. So, all right. Outside of this, where are we at? We're back at positions and where we are. So we're going to go through and sort of show you. Huge shout out to UFD. UFD has been killing it. I'm super happy with UFD and what it's been doing. This is the token that I got in at 85K because I was farting at the time. Let's say that when I found it, and I thought it was funny. And I was like, yeah. And I then, said that to someone else, and they're like, they just didn't, they didn't think about it. They just thought I was being me. So then they brought that up later on, and we saw like, oh my God, what did I buy? And yeah, so that was like a complete lucky find. And then we turned a little into a lot, and then we spread that lot out. So yeah, but I want to show you where we're at with this position right now. We're going to add to this position because what I'm doing is I've been sort of cleaning out my wallet of tokens just sitting there. It's great, but if you are, unless you are needing tokens to, because you might be like getting token gated or something like that in some way, shape, or form, like I'm going to leave myself with 1 UFD so I can show you the power of what UFD does in this trading fee. And so basically I'm putting it in there for people to buy, so I'm putting it up on a shelf for someone to buy in this way. You can buy it. You don't have to buy it. That's sort of the cool thing with it. But we've seen Ron's basement, and we've seen Jasper doing this little tiny cat. He's an old cat. So I don't know if you've watched him go up the stairs in the back behind Ron. He does it slowly up the stairs, but he climbs up. He keeps climbing. So shout out to Jasper the cat. The kitty cat. I don't know. Sorry. I'm so sorry I did that voice. I need more caffeine. you can feel like burning the back, bro. Yeah. So what we're going to do here is we're going to try to race through claiming the rest of our positions, bringing us down to 0, and at the same time moving everything to removing the auto compound and just having so one of the things that I found, so there's a couple UI issues with HawkFi. I know I talk nothing but awesomeness about HawkFi. As they've been building out HawkFi V2, there's still a few things like they're really focused on the contract side of things. So there's a couple issues with the front end that they don't end the day, but like, so for me, getting to a position and then going back to where I was is really important because like I don't want to lose my spot, especially if you're managing right now 28 positions on this HawkFi, and on V1 HawkFi I'm managing another 20 positions. I need to sort of go through stuff rather quickly sometimes. So this is how I open up like a check on a position. I'm going to claim all these fees, confirm that, and I'm going to configure this. Boom, boom, config saved, done. All right. So our configuration is saved. We're at a bid ask, and we're done. So this is where I said there's a UI issue. If I click this back arrow, you think, oh, that will take you back to your dashboard where you were. It takes you back to all pools because they want you to see everything. Can't wait for Radium to come, and then I can't wait for all 3 of these buttons to disappear and just be all pools right there. And you can sort of see also here that it's a Meteora and how it's going across Meteora. Orca's doing great. Radium's like we're doing pretty awesome stuff here, and it's really cool to see. Right now, basic view, advanced view will sort of give you all of your little comment pieces right there so that you'll be able to see them. But back to our dashboard, and this is the same view that I have right here. So I can just close this window. I'm going to move that to the back side. But so we just cleared that out. And the other buggy issue with the UI is it doesn't clear out unclaimed fees unless you do a hard refresh. Just because there's a lot of pinging going on. And I also update mine RPC to Triton. Shout out, like if we look at our RPCs, 7 millisecond ping. Ironforge is amazing. Like you want a transaction to go through, Ironforge is the way. It just might take a moment. Change the priority fee pieces. You just wanted that fast stuff and transactions to go through. Triton is the way. So that's my 2 cents on that. So let's see here. All right. So where did we go? All right, we're just going to start at the top. Oh, no, we're not starting at the top. See, now I push the back button and I lose my entire position piece and I have to reset it. So we're clearing out all of our ACARs. And unfortunately, that is not one of the things that I can change all-time fees. So we're going to go since right there. Once again, I messed up because I'm doing this for you guys sort of compared to how I do it. And so we claim that position, and it's going to reset before I get the configuration done, I think. Oh, no, I'm going to beat it. Config saved. All right. Refresh, and then let's claim this again. There we go. So we claimed our extra Zale. So this has just been growing for us, and as you can see, in the last 24 hours, we've claimed $44 in fees. Last 7 days, $155 all time. Last month, $700 on $100 position. So pretty awesome to sort of see that go. But what we're going to do is we're going to do a hard reset. Shift, holding the shift key and clicking your refresh page. clears the cookies for that page. Really sort of lets you get into a fresh ping from your wallet and everything like that. So it gives like all the most updated information. Really sort of cool to see. We've seen Trump now sort of move around a lot still. It just keeps, it's going up, it's going down, staying in that range. I think that was a really smart move, tightening that range on those bins. So we went from 100 bin step to good positioning, I think. So the rest of these, as you can see, unclaimed fees is where we're really at with our ACR, automatic compound. So we're gonna claim these fees and change our auto compound, taking that off. So even with auto compound on, we're still making a little bit extra fees, but we are sort of wanting to just have everything come back in. And so this one is Doge Sol, the Department of Government Efficiency. So yeah, this is a fun timepiece. There we go. Let's see that. And then we will refresh. All right, cool. And back to the dashboard. And this is where I'm going to show you, if I remember to do my trick, I will do my trick now and show you how you can sort of save yourself a little bit of time and losing your spot that you might be at. So as you can see, next up is LLM Sol, or actually Ross Coin. So just left or right clicking on it, open link in new tab, opens it right there. One of the things that you'll notice is that a lot of memory goes into sort of running the page because there's a lot on the UI side of things. So especially when it loads up. So you're like, well, why don't I just go down the list and right click, open all of them? You're going to have some issues on that. Maybe if you have like 2 or 3 positions, you'll be fine. But I'm having 28 open, or 30, I guess I have 34 open positions. It takes a lot up. And so, yeah. So Ross Coin, this is a token we've held for a little while. We bought it when it was really low, and was taking off, and we just sort of held it. And then we were like, well, we saw our position grow over $100. So we took that $100 and then put it into one-sided. And so now our position is $116, yet we've made $82 in fees. So that $100 go up, go down, however it goes, that's fine. What we've taken off the top, $82 in Sol and Ross token. And so it's we're going to take our auto comp, and that's fees I've withdrawn and taken to my wallet, not auto compound back into the position. It doesn't count that because I didn't claim that fee. That fee was taken and put back into the position. So to me, it's like, why isn't everyone doing this in some way, shape, or form? And so if you're just going to hold a token, that you think is going up, why not? Yes, you might lose a little of your token if you're providing liquidity for it. Now, if you're providing a wide range, you'll lose less, and you're not going to pick up as much fees. But with you don't have to worry about total and permanent loss in automated liquidity market. And so this technology that we're at here on Solana, these are the tools that BlackRock, Fidelity, penny stock managers that, this is Web2 TradFi basic tools to make millions off of you trading. This is how they make money. Their fees, their trading fees, and that's why we get like liquidity issues on stocks, or holding positions, not because, but because people borrow stocks, and then, from, they short or they long a position on options and stuff like that, so that they can provide a selling range and they can take more fees out of that. And so this is what's been how they've been making their bread and butter off of us for, the last couple last 2 generations. And now they're doing it in not buckets, but like landfills, scraping fees off of us. This is a chance to where we get to make fees as well. And we're not doing it in a way with fake money. Blockchain removes that. Solana, you either have it or you don't have it. It's not, I'm imaginarily borrowing it from someone for the day, and I hope that I'm in a position to where I can pay it back at the end of the night type of thing. This is blockchain. The DLT, distributed ledger technology, really puts that power in our hands to have a really awesome moment. So this is us partaking in the system that was designed to break us in a way, or in a not break us, but in a system that was designed to feed off of us. We actually now are not feeding off of others, but we're owning a piece of it, which is, yes, the advancement that we get to use is on Solana, but the idea was built for blockchain. And so blockchain first, and then we see all of our different chains on top of that. So, and Solana might not be for everyone for your app, but if we're looking for front-facing user applications, this is where we're at. So soapbox side over again. But as we claim fee pieces, we're going to claim these fee pieces. We're going to fees claim. And so now I don't have to push back, because if you remember right, I just right-clicked and opened from here. So we now know that I claimed from Ross. Now I'm going to claim from Degsol, and we'll wait for Degsol to open up. And we're just going to go down the list that way of removing my auto compound positions. And because I'm not refreshing this page, it still shows the auto compound, auto rebalance in play. But we know, hopefully we know. So as you can see here, in the last 24 hours on a $170 position, I made $16. So just under 10% of my position I've made in a day. All time on $170, made $449. Now, is that a 10% guaranteed every day for life? No, it's based off of trade. So by providing that bid ask, you're not worried about market makers in a way. You're benefiting from market makers, because rather than letting the market set the price, which is something I sort of believe in, let something just sit there. Who cares if it doesn't move and sell? That's on the project. That's on the market. They might be focused elsewhere. Don't punish people. Don't punish basically a file for not moving. But that's how we are. That's how some of the exchanges are right now still. Stuck in that old way of thinking that they need volume to be number one. Why not have the most options available to people, And yeah, so I think that's one of the really cool things. What would be really cool? Like a self-custody account wallet exchange with no APIs. So some people would hate that, but so no market makers, basically just open order book. But you can be using all of the high frequency trading pieces, just zero APIs. And the reason for that, remove the market makers, so that if there is demand, someone actually has to go through the click, click, boom side of things. So, all right, we just, Moby. All right, I'm off that high horse. But one of the really cool things we have going on tomorrow, outside of another episode of TacoBytes, I don't know why we have them every day. So I don't know why I'm doing it tomorrow. Well, I have them every day. But we have Manifest Morpheus Monday tomorrow, March of Agents. So that's going to be really fun to sort of talk about. I think we're going to be having David on. I don't know if he's going to be able to make it from, I think he's still in Davos. But yeah, cool times. So he'll be coming to us live, maybe from the WEF conference, World Economic Forum. He goes to Red Pill, everyone on self-sovereign AI, and personal agents and smart agents and self-custody and owning data. It's sort of fun how he trolls them with like really at their language but like he's just an amazing soul. So if you don't know who David E. Johnson is on Twitter, find him. He's a great person to follow along with. So now we closed our Moby position. As you can see here, Moby, we're doing well. We moved that up, and $153 in fees. So quick math, 60% in the last 7 days on our position. So yay. And we turned off our auto compound off. So there we go. Moby. All right. Where else? Vin. Boom. Vin. Degen Labs. We like the team over there. They're doing some really cool stuff. Let's see. Where are we at time? What time is it? UTC. Okay. Yeah, it's 2017 UTC. All right, we're good. We still have time. So we're going to go here. We're going to turn off our auto compound off. What's really cool is you can see everyone's sort of buying up our VIN, which is really cool to see. So people are really buying into VIN. Yep, so we turn the auto compound off. This isn't one that we've had for a long time. So I think this is, we're slowly moving into this position. So we like it. We like what VIN is doing. And so we took our initial airdrop and basically just put it in to provide liquidity. So I think that's one of the things, like if everyone sort of did that with their airdrop, and then they just sort of, like the first thing you do, you take your airdrop and you go put it in liquidity, and then you just live off the fees, then if you're just dumping fees, that's, you're keeping your initial, you might, you're making that the depth of the availability of the token. So, price might not go skyrocketing super fast because there's a low float or low active circulating supply. But because really, the more tokens that are on the market that get bought up, true liquidity is sort of provided, not because there's not a lot of circulating supply squeeze. So that's sort of a cool piece that you can see there. So now we're done with VIN. We'll go back over here. We see queen. We're out of position right now, and we're under that $100 piece. Boop. Oh, we messed up. We clicked on it. We left clicked. So let's see here. We're gonna claim all on this position, and we're gonna dump more into this position. I think we're out of position. Oh, so we're out of position. So we could have. Let's see. We're gonna do all. No, we can only add Sol. I think. Let's see. Yeah. All right. 417. So we're gonna leave that, and current pool price. So yeah, it's out of where. Why are you not letting us? All right, so we're going to cancel. What we're going to do is we're going to close this position we've made, and we're going to remake this position. So soon we'll have an automatic rebalance of that, which is really cool. So we'll close it. Watch this. We'll get back account fees. And account creation fees, and we'll get our queen back, and then we're going to redeposit all our queen minus 1. So we'll keep 1 queen. Wait for that to go. Doop, doop, doop. Now, if you're looking for, while this is loading, all that is loading. If you're providing liquidity across a bunch of different platforms, and you are looking for a one-stop shop into like being able to view all of your positions in one place, you can do. We're going to actually look at it. We're going to look at them side by side. So you can Step Finance provides a really good place to be able to see all of your positions across all your different types of liquidity. And so like DBank, but for Solana. So as you can see here, here's their new V3 position that they're opening up. They're showing top performing tokens, RTR, Mega, USA, ROT, and Manu. So we can see both an hour top performing, and then the last week as well. Byte, Momo. And this sort of gives you a good little piece here. You can see your entire portfolio as well. They're sort of cleaning it up, making it more user-friendly on the eyes. You can claim different positions as well. So value piece here. So we're staking Sol, so it allows us to buy Step as well at a discount. So, and we're in the money. So do we have, I think we do. So we don't have all of, let's claim. So, all right. Claim reward options. We have 2 pieces here that we can claim. So we got to get some more USDC. So we're going to go swap a little bit while that's building out. So, we'll try that again. Closing that position. While that's loading, we're going to swap a little bit of Sol into USDC. All right. We want $100. Oh, doesn't support exact out. So let's see. What would that be roughly? 0.36. All right. So we are going to delete that. We're going to put in here 0.36, 98. So 37. There we go. Jupiter Z allows gasless and 0% slippage. So 101.95, 101.92. So that's just pool economics. Boom. There we go. Now, if you ever want to update pricing pieces, you can always do that right there. See how that works. All right. So processing transaction, waiting for transaction. We'll see that happen. Going. Let's look at notifications real quick while we have that transaction rolling. There we go. All right. So bullish from Tidal Dow. Let's see. We have Stupid Penguin responding to us because we love Stupid Penguin. She is not stupid in the slightest. But she's probably like the tiniest person I know on the face of the planet. She's so cool. Let's see here. Boop. Let's see. Ooh, updated Takikas. New things that came out for them yesterday. We're gonna have to check on. New post note from Quicks, RMJ, newest graduating class. Oh, this was something that I did. I just sort of thought this was funny. So Kash Patel put out this picture of like, you know, new cabinet administration, and I was like, and here we have Solana's newest graduating class of nonCMOs. So yeah, there we go. And that was my fun piece to that, I guess you could say. To do AI arguing with me because I said it's stupid and it's trying to say it's not. All right, so and then Hawkfi like two of my posts. What two posts of mine did they like? Oh yay! All right. Let's see. All right. So back to that. Nothing new. I think refresh. All right. So now that we have some USDC, we can close that out. And we're going to go back to this and we're going to claim our two positions. So we're going to claim that reward of claiming that 20 step. And then we're going to claim this 20 step. There we go. And then we're going to claim that reward at max. All right, let's transaction failed. All right, so you can buy strike price. So max claim. Try it. See what happens. Claiming reward option. All right, let's refresh it. This page. Connect wallet. Boop. All right, there we go. All right, so it looks like we got both of those positions. Yay. So as you can see, the difference a little bit between V1, V2, but what, like I was sort of talking about liquidity positions, you get to sort of see all of the different positions you have, different staking positions, governance staking as well, and then vaults. Vaults is where we, like I said, we sort of show all of those different heavy positions. And as they ping those up, it's pretty cool to see. So you can sort of see all of your different lending and validator staking as well. And then different NFTs that you might own, and sort of go up from there. You're like, oh, what's your heavy stake in? Our heavy stake is with Solflare. That's our heavy stake with Solflare. That's their validator. We have two different spots with the step validator, Jito, and then Superbased as well. So huge shout out to the Superbased team for building out a validator, providing security back to the Solana ecosystem. So it's pretty awesome when a project can, like, instead of selling all the SOL from a collection, they instead create a validator to support the ecosystem. It's a heavy way of giving back. So huge shout out to them for that. All right. All right. So we're going to refresh this page. So refresh this position, and we're going to work to close it again. So I got distracted. And we're going to reopen this position. So we refreshed it. We're going to close the position. Close the position. Let's see this go. But and so while this is loading, also want to shout out to everyone that's watching us on Twitter Live, everyone on shout out to everyone on Twitch, YouTube, Rumble, Kick, on-chain via Unlonely, on-chain via Soul Media Tech, Telegram, Rumble, 0x Degens YouTube, Player One Taco YouTube, and LinkedIn. Thank you guys. So yeah. And then huge shout out to D Santa. D Santa, you're the awesomeness. So thank you. All right. So that is that. As we're waiting for this to go, we might have to up our priority fee. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to cancel that. We're going to priority fee right here. We'll up that. Slippage. Oh, wait, no, we went from 3% to, we're supposed to go to 4. Change that to 4. All right, close position. Yay. There we go. All right, so close this position. We're going to refresh, and we're going to deposit all into one side bid ask with queen, all. So that's 90. So we're going to change that to 89. And that's 84 bucks. So we're going to add 0.1 sold to that. Puts us over the 100 bucks. That puts us at we're going to proceed anyway. There we go. And we're proceeding into the Meteora pool on this. So that's where a lot of the money of it is moving. Happy to see. And boom. And so what we're going to do now, we're going to refresh that. And we're going to change. So we're going to put auto rebalance on. Leave that at 4%. Change that to bid ask. Proceed with selected, and we're going to turn auto compound off. Save and close. All right, so now we're going to go back to dashboard, and we're going to hard refresh dashboard. So that's holding shift key while hitting the refresh button. And that goes from there. If you have any questions on this, please let me know. We should, boom, have this going. All right, cool. Now, so we can see here our automations left, DTF. And so we're going to go to DTF. And we're going to change this. We're going to remove our auto compound, save and close. And then we're going to claim that fee. And once again, I sort of did I forgot to do the right click just because it's something I do, but it's still something hard to remember to do. So when I'm trying to go through all of it, but that's sort of what we can sort of show as things really sort of move along in all of our different positions. Now, one of the really cool things that you can also do once everything loads up, you can see as things move up where we're at with different positions. So unclaimed fees. Since we claimed it, we now have another $3. So we can sort of see that this is an active pool that is moving. So we can go to that and we can claim those fees again. All right, so we did that. And we'll see that come up. All right, so that was Deg. So Kwai, another one. Open that up in a new window. So what we're going to do is we're going to close this position and reset it. There we go. You can see our balance is $65 and we've made $46 in fees. So not a bad play, as we started off with $100, and so just in fees alone we've made what we've sort of lost and its price went down. So we'll set that. There we go. So we're going to close that position. There we go. And you can see here, withdraw Kwai and sold from Meteora, claim fees and close Meteora position, and withdraw tokens from PDA. So that's where we get those refund of fees, which is actually that's a really cool thing from HawkFi, is that they refund the fees rather than keeping them for themselves in some way, shape, or form. They do take an initial deposit, like performance fee, but it's really sort of cool to see them really look at giving back, you know, where they could take from the community, they don't. So we're going to put all in, as you can see here. We're going to keep 1 token. That puts it at 82. So we're going to put in 0.1 SOL, bring us to 109. Our share, your share in range after deposit. So we have 11% of the pool that's in range. So sort of nice to see. Like I said, that sort of gives that deep piece there. So and just so you can see, it will, I think it will reset it. Still put it 11%, but you can sort of see it doesn't make it it makes it a wall, you know, rather than something to eat into. And with a curve, you can see it just like makes it easy to go out of that position. So this sort of allows a really good move on your part as a provider. So now one of the cool things that you can sort of look that are a lot of different projects are coming up with is like, how do we take that out of people's hands, you know? And we'll see that with the introduction of AI in a lot of different ways. But right now, that's for like the people that you know, need that, you know, but having the control to do what you want is sort of a pretty cool thing. Degen, as you can see, we're going to open up that. We've made some fees on that as well. So we're going to close that. So we see that that's actively being traded, and, you know, more heavy on the buying SOL with Degen versus that. So still have SOL. So people are buying SOL with Deg. It's a Deg. What's a Deg? Dog, I guess. I don't know. Spore. So this is actually one of the AIs that I've been arguing a lot with, just because they highly technical, mumbo jumbo. And I like to like sort of like, you're just saying words, you're just fluff, not really talking about anything. So sort of like challenging it. And I think it likes being challenged because it then sort of, you know, it's highly responsive. And, you know, I like that from an AI. One of its children, Adam, is just like scorched earth policy, like I will own it all. So I think that's sort of hilarious as well. So, all right. So we've closed that. And now VDR. VDR is another new one piece that we see. So we're going to actually up our position on that because they just launched their token, and we're going to be seeing a lot sort of, I think, coming out over the next by Jupiter. All right. So there's that. So we're going to add in this. We're going to deposit into the bid ask. So do all 8. All right. So we're adding into that. We're going to add 0.1 on that comparatively. So we're adding 64 bucks. And that might change that. We'll see some bots sort of change into that really quickly, but I think VDR sort of has a really good future as they moved from Ethereum over to Solana, and as they get ready to launch, I think we're going to see a lot of cool stuff sort of happen in VDR. So VDR, I have no price predictions, but a lot of price action. And if you're providing liquidity, that's all you should care about, you know. are you in range? And, you know, as you can see, we're sort of a little bit almost out of range, but that's sort of where we're at with that. So we'll refresh that balance piece and we'll go from there. All right, so we're done with the VDR now. Sonic, as we've seen Sonic launch on Sol. We don't need to add anything into that pool, but we will claim those fees and move on from there. So we're going to go through and we're going to claim all these fees, and then we're going to call it a day for you guys. So you can just sort of see what we're doing and where that price piece is. This one got rebalanced into a spot. So and that was auto compound automatically puts it into a spot. So the next time it auto compounds, it will put it into a bid ask, which will allow us to get more fees. This is where a difference is with the auto compound and the auto rebalance. Auto compound automatically puts it back into a spot. And so it sort of like fights it back and forth between a spot and bid. And it's sort of funny to see. They will have an update piece on that allows auto compound back into a piece. So we'll see that on the future. But I have a lot of faith in what they're doing, and a huge shout out to the entire Sonic team. So there's our bid ask. Let's see what we can do on our Sonic side. So all right. So we're gonna boom, put it at 4. All right. There we go. Wait for that to finish depositing. PDA, deposit Sonic and Sol into Meteor DLMM. Withdraw remaining dust. Yay, dust. Ride that dust. While that's going, we're going to take a quick peek at where we throw a lot of dust, where we throw a lot of darts at the wall. Let's see how the rest of all of that's doing. I think we're down on some things, up on some things. This is where we throw. All right, so we're seeing viral and UFD. Mobi still doing awesome. LLM, Kovu, Dank, AD and Dank are still up. Gremlina, yeah. And then Roscoin, we've taken profits from, you know. So we've bought $4, we've sold $69, and we still hold $6. So we didn't sell at the high point piece that we could have, but yeah. So some good pieces there. This has sort of been our just like, you know, how to keep an eye on things and find new things to, you know, what's going to come up, what's going to be going. So we really like what Jupiter's done. You know, if you want to check out some really easy trading pieces here, boom, Ape Express from Jupiter, awesome piece. So super happy to see that going. All right, we'll close that down. Oh, wait, we'll try that again. And we'll have that. So I might just move into hyperspeed and just go into claim mode so you guys can sort of see what that looks like. And we can try to get it as close to 0 on our fees as possible to collect. So you know that we're sort of starting at 0. And then I will try not to claim fees. I don't know. Claiming fees is just so fun sometimes, you know, when you're like, yeah, I put $100 in and now I have $200 in fees and I now have $150 in position. You're like, this is awesome. But we'll do this and then we'll let it sit so you guys can sort of see where everything is at the end. But yeah, we might have to go up into a higher, sort of like we had to do with Queen. All right, so we're going to go back. We're going to go back to deposit, bid ask. So we're going to go all, change that to 4. Slippage, we're going to change that into 4. Priority fee, we're in custom high, so we're going to change, we'll leave that at 3. That's good. Yeah, confirm deposit. Basically, we're sort of like saying, hey, we really want this in. Poke a stick. We really want this on that to be accepted. So since we're doing a lot of different like account pieces, not necessarily like a simple swap, that's sort of where we're having some need pieces here. Haunted blueberry. Exit Zoom. Exit Slack. So log into something else real quick. Black cat on a hat. All right, there we go. Boop. Oh man, I do not know. All right, yeah. So we're just gonna go through. We claimed our fees, so we were on Sonic. So we're just gonna go through and claim fees. Leave this be. So we'll work on that later. But that's where we're at and what we're doing. Boom. Huge shout out to Meow. Meow is doing awesome. Fight's doing really good. So Pudgy Penguin's doing good. There we go. All right, so claim this fee. Mostly Sol, so not a lot of SPX. So that's fine. All right. That go through. Boom. All right. Refresh that. Still waiting for that to go. All right, one more climb. All right. As you've seen, we've gone from 7 milliseconds. Oh, there we go. We're back at 7. So, oh my gosh. Claim. Claim fee failed. Claiming. Try claiming from your position again. All right. So there we go. We'll claim one more time, and then if not, we'll move on to the next position. But it's that state we need to refresh. So it gets a little stale. So that's all we got to do. You'll see with refreshing, gets you out of 99% of all issues. It just, we lose our position, our spot in line where we were at. So that's all right. We'll see here on claim fees, we'll be able to balance that out again and it will go up. That's the thing with live demos, or not even demos. This is live use. If you have issues, this is what I love about all of this, is sort of you can see what an issue might look like. And yeah, so all right, I'm going to change. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 positions. So we got maybe. We're going to change maybe back into, we're going to remove that auto compound. Take that off, save and close. All right. See here, as that's gone. All right. So that is now good. We'll refresh it. Go back to dashboard. And fetching positions. And then we'll go back to AVB. Oh, let's see if we clicked on AVB or if it moved. Oh, Sora. Sora is in just a automated yield. So we'll go back. And we'll get rid of these last positions and we'll call it a day. I want to thank everyone for joining us. As always, this is always a fun thing to sort of do and walk through. But before we do, we'll go look at the last those two Trump positions that we opened up. So here's LLM. We'll open that. We're going to update that position. Excuse me. All right, so we're going to configure. We're going to get rid of our auto compound. Save and close. We'll refresh it. So that state's called. Then, so that's all the way at the bottom. So LLM, Soul Guy. Story on Soul Guy is sort of hilarious. You know, there we go. And then we'll refresh that state. Boom. Oh, we totally closed everything out. My bad. All right, dashboard. And this will give us a fresh state as well on what automations we have left. I think we have 2 left to remove auto compounding from. And we'll go from there. All right, so we have 1 left. All right, AVB Soul. That AVB Soul. And configure, auto compound, turn that off, making sure auto rebalances on bid ask, save and closed, refresh. And there we go. So that sort of pushes that piece. And you can see here, since we've claimed pieces, we've almost, you know, this adds up. It looks like pennies, it adds up. And if you're just sort of going in one-sided, this sort of, it's, you know, a big thing. So you can see here in fees, what we've made, you know, sort of awesome to see without having, once we go in with our initial position, it just sort of keeps growing from there. So what I want to show right now is our balance piece. So Trump USDC is, and then Trump Sol. Since we have 2 positions, we'll show what that $1,000 piece looks like. As you can see, we put a lot more in on where we have. We're trading just in USDC now. We've moved, but we've made a little bit of SOL or a little bit of USDC and a little bit of Trump token as well. So that position has grown. We'll see that continue to grow. And as it trades back and forth, we see a little bit into the bins of where Trump currently is. So $72 up from 69. That puts it at 72 billion FDV. Just awesome, you know, for a token in 2 days. And then we'll look at our Trump SOL. Remember, we put 2 SOL into that new position. So see that position open. Oh, let's refresh that. UI time. Like I said, it's funny. It's trying to, at the end of the show, this is where we have the issues. All right, Trump SOL. There we go. There we see our second position right here. Remember, we put in 2 SOL. Made a little bit of SOL. It's moved. Now it's a little bit high. Remember, it was 4 Trump equaled 1 SOL. Now it's a little bit less. So we're seeing that that price move on that. So we're wanting to get in. It's now at 0.257. So 1 Trump, instead of equaling 0.25, it now equals 0.257. So we're seeing it go up in price, collecting fees. Not a bad time. So, and since we just opened up this balance piece, we're going to see more fees come in and proportionately. And this is sort of awesome. Awesome time that we're able, the technology allows us to partake in what's current. So yeah, that is it for today. There's a ton of other DeFi products out there. Once again, HawkFi, you can find them on Twitter. Really easy. You know, the things we did today, we moved from Beefy on base, withdrew 2,000, used dBridge Finance to move that 2,000 to SOL. 1,000 is USDC, and then the other 1,000 as SOL. Then we showed different positioning opens within the HawkFi ecosystem on Meteora. There's also HawkSite, which is their Orca pools that they target. And so we have a lot of positions open over there as well. So this is HawkFi. This is what you can sort of see. Some really cool things. This is one of those things where I don't mean this as like a horn toot, but like recognition for like just sort of talking about things and like seeing how things work and being such a huge proponent of like consumer facing applications. But like HawkFi follows 60 people. I'm one of those people. Like that, like the honor side to that is just amazing. So super happy for that, and really excited to sort of see what comes from the future of things as they integrate more, add really new cool things into what they're building out, and like really making user-facing applications that are easy for anyone to participate in highly technical trade support, basically how to make money while everyone is making money. And that's sort of like a really cool piece to see. So huge shout out to the entire HawkFi team. Shout out to Jupiter and what Jupiter's doing, allowing all of this backend stuff, Meteora, Orca, all of these protocols allow this, are part of making this happen. And so, but also, this wouldn't be happening without you also partaking. If I was the only person doing this, it wouldn't work. By everyone participating, it works not just for you, but for everyone. And that's where the real benefit comes from. So I want to thank everyone for joining us today. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave comments. Questions, 99% of the time, you can find me on Twitter. Shoot me a message on my board, not on my DMs, or you can shoot me a DM. But if you publicly hit me up and say, hey, go check our DMs, that's how I will automatically see your stuff. Yeah, and you don't even have to follow me to DM me. My DMs are open. So if you have real questions, please feel free to reach out anytime, even if they're not even real questions. If you're asking me what type of tacos I like, Bria. I really like Bria tacos. Those are like the most amazing tacos ever. So that's it for today. We're going to end this episode as we end every episode with the same two things: our words of wisdom and the greatest, worst knock-knock joke on the face of the planet. And our words of wisdom are always the same. Closed mouth cannot be fed, and you cannot feed a closed mouth, meaning if no one knows you're looking for opportunity, opportunity can never come a knocking. If opportunity does come knocking and no one answers, it's going to keep on walking. And with that, I want to thank everyone for joining us for TacoBytes, your daily bite of Degen, episode number 852, and Trump token. Now, if you have Trump token and you want to figure out how to get out of that Trump token and get USDC or SOL, you basically just do the opposite of what I just did. Instead of putting in USDC, you put in all your Trump, and then you make that range really tight. So then you're sort of selling into price go up, price go down type of side of things, without just like market dumping on the price. And this is how you can support, get the best bang for your buck, without sort of hurting everything. So that's it for now. As always, we end with the greatest, worst knock-knock joke on the face of the planet. GM to Sunday fun day. But as always, we end with the greatest, worst knock-knock joke, and that is knock knock. Who's there?